easily parallel a lot of the heroes to, to the big archetypes like Superman and things like that. And there was one guy, and he would be like, your loner, like your Batman, your Wolverine kind of guy, and we focused volume 2 on him. And that's maybe where, again, I was more so like, this is my wheelhouse. Like, I can help tell this story. Maybe not the last volume, which was more like a Watchmen kind of thing.
But because you've
for
grown up with Wolverine, because
Yeah.
you've got that, it's become. I guess these characters have become like part of us, don't they?
Yeah, you start to relate to things in them, or you not even relate, because I I definitely like this character that we have. Koken is his name, and he's a very flawed character. And like in the first volume of the series is kind of like set in a period where superheroes have been around for decades, and they're kind of passé. Like vigilantism is kind of just like security guards,
Okay, a bit like Watchmen.
bit like Watchmen kind of thing. And there is also like a murder mystery, but it's more focused on a journalist.
Okay.
He still has the wonder for superheroes that no one else has. And he cares that there's a murderer who's targeting all these, the original superheroes. And then this Koken character shows up because he's also investigating it, and he's kind of using the journalist's leads to find out who's doing it, but not for virtuous ends. He's out to kill whoever is doing this. And so, like, I don't want to give away too much of that book, but like, whenever I was working on the book and drawing him, like, I didn't think he was a particularly he's a very flawed character. He wasn't a particularly great guy or anything. And then for volume 2, Aris, one of the writers, wanted to focus a solo series on him because he felt that was the breakout character, and we wanted to go jump back in time and do his origin story. And he's like, well, then this is where I can get in the weeds and be like, you can be a crappy person, but you're not a crappy person. There are things happen to us that put us on a path, and and I don't mean to excuse crappy behavior, but it's like there's redemption there. So it's kind of like to go back and hardwire a redemption arc into a character we've seen at the end of it, and maybe he didn't get the redemption in the end, but there's like a baked in kind of tragedy of he didn't stand a chance.